Okay, Nick, how frustrating a result is that considering the way the game went?
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Frustrating second half in terms of we had plenty of the ball and we probed and tried to get ourselves get a goal back. Frustrating in the way we played first half. I don't think we can excuse the first half with how we played second half. I think that we need more honesty in the performance, more quality in the performance, more endeavour in the performance. We didn't get that first half, showed very little. And you can't come to places like this and give teams a goal and expect that you're gonna get something out of the game. And there was more honesty in the performance second half, of course there was, but it wasn't enough.
How annoying is it, that goal? Because it's one of them freak ones, isn't it, from a corner where your keeper misjudges it and it goes over his head. Yeah. Is that just one of them things that happens, or is it something that you think have to be better? We
have to be better. I don't think it is one of them things. When we first come in, we identified a weakness from defending set pieces. We improved on that. We looked much better, much more organised, more intent to stop conceding from them situations. But that's creeping back into our performances again. And we have to defend that better. We felt that they'd have a threat from set pieces. We spoke to the players about that, and we find ourselves 1-0 down in a game where there was hardly a chance in the first half, and it just undid or give us a mountain to climb, and undid some good work that we've had in previous weeks.
Which is the more worrying for you, starting the game slowly, or the fact for all the good stuff you did in the second half, you're not actually creating that many clear-cut chances?
It's difficult second half, difficult when they're defending for their lives and they're banked up and you've got to try and break them down. For me, I think our performances of late, if nothing else, they've been honest, and I think we've had hard work, we've had a desire, we've had an honesty in our performances, and I think that's give us points, a good points return. For me, I'm most disappointed that first half we allowed the game to go slow, we allowed the game to have no tempo, we allowed the game to go dead, and that was the most frustrating part, because we saw today as a real opportunity to come here and get something going into a break, and set us up nicely for what will be a tough Christmas period. And the frustrating thing for us is that we never showed anything first half, and we had no desire or honesty about our performance, and that's a poor reflection. And second half we did. Difficult to break teams down. Quality, we know we need to improve. We work hard day in, day out to try to improve the technical quality, and for some we're just not seeing that quality at the most important time, which is 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. So we have to come up in terms of our quality in both halves. But I thought at least in the second half there was an honesty and a desire to get something out of the game, and I think if we'd have started that way, we possibly the result would have been different. And
is that an improvement you can make on the training ground, or is it a must to obviously add to the squad now?
Both. We've come to the club and we've looked to work technically and improve players and coach players and ask different things of players, and we've had an upturn. Some players have responded to that, and more often than not, performances have been good, have been honest. Of course, we'd like them to be even better, but we are where we are. We're lacking that little bit of quality at the top end of the pitch. We're lacking a little bit of quality when we're in possession, and that's something for us to work on, as well as adding 1 or 2 if we get the chance.
You had an upturn in the performances when you came in. There was an upturn in the results for a while as well, but it's 5 defeats in the last 7 now, including the FA Cup one, of course. I guess it shows how difficult it's going to be.
Yeah, when we came into the club, we had 1 point. There's probably a reason for that. So we've had the upturn. Players are working hard. We've had an honesty in the majority of performances, and sometimes that doesn't mean that you're going to automatically get a result. You mentioned the FA Cup game. I thought we were excellent down at Bristol Rovers. So we can accept not winning games of football, but sometimes the manner of the performance we can't accept. And certainly that first half, the fans travelled down in their numbers today, and they were absolutely fantastic, and they clapped us off the pitch. Me and the gaffer surprised at sort of how enthusiastically they clapped us off the pitch, because we give them a decent second half. We've got to give them a full performance. We've got to give them a performance that we deserve to be clapped off, and they can go home talking about the pride that the players have got in wearing the shirt, and the honesty in the performance, and the hard work and the endeavour and the energy that the players have got. We've got to give them that as bare minimum for 90 minutes, not 45. And then we can start adding to that to quality, and results will get better. But first of all, and first and foremost, certainly from my point of view, in terms of coaching the players and working with the players day in, day out, we need to make sure performances are consistent, and relatively speaking they have been, but for 45 minutes today it wasn't.